PNR Networks is a member of Patreon. Show your love for our shows by joining our ongoing fundraising campaign and get some fantastic perks in return. Check it out and become a Patreon sponsor. You can sign up at patreon.com, patreon.com/PNR Networks. And thanks for your support.
This podcast is a proud member of the Lamb Podcasting Network. Find the network at largeassmovieblogs.com.
It's Tuesday, March 7th, 2017, and from eCinemaOne.com and Subject Cinema, it's time to open the pipeline and check out the latest releases on DVD, Blu-ray, and on-demand streaming. This is Tuesday Digidex. I'm TC Kirkham. Hitting this week on DVD, Blu-ray, and on-demand, critically acclaimed Belgian comedy fantasy The Brand New Testament, not rated. Horror film The Eyes of My Mother, rated R. Horror film Incarnate, starring Aaron Eckhart, Carice Van Houten, David Mazouz, and Keir O'Donnell, rated PG-13. Award-winning biopic Jackie, starring Natalie Portman, rated R. Sci-fi war thriller Man Down, starring Shia LaBeouf, Jay Courtney, Kate Mara, and Gary Oldman, rated R. Disney's latest animated classic, Moana, starring the voices of Alili Cravalho and Dwayne Johnson, rated PG. And the action thriller Trespass Against Us, starring Michael Fassbender, Brendan Gleeson, and Rory Kinnear, rated R. The Criterion Collection releases the 2015 Oscar-nominated 45 Years from director Andrew Haig, starring Charlotte Rampling and Tom Courtenay. Recent films premiering on Netflix this week: critically acclaimed music culture documentary Danny Says, not rated. Family comedy The Great Gilly Hopkins, starring Sophie Nélisse, Kathy Bates, Glenn Close, Octavia Spencer, and Julia Stiles, rated PG. Boxing biodrama Hands of Stone, starring Edgar Ramirez, Robert De Niro, Usher Raymond, and Ruben Blades, rated R. An action thriller The Perfect Weapon, starring Steven Seagal and Johnny Messner, not rated. Recent titles now available on Amazon Prime: historical war drama Anthropoid, starring Jamie Dornan and Cillian Murphy, rated R. Critically acclaimed comedy Morris from America, starring Craig Robinson and Marquise Christmas, rated R. Cat-centric fantasy comedy 9 Lives, starring Kevin Spacey, Jennifer Gardner, Robbie Amell, Cheryl Hines, and Christopher Walken, rated PG. Found footage horror film Paranormal Activity: The Ghost Dimension, rated R. Horror thriller Pet, starring Dominic Monaghan, Kazna Solo, and Jeanette McCurdy, rated R. And also available on Amazon Prime this week, a personal favorite, a film I consider a classic and one of the most underappreciated and underrated films of recent years. 2008's Charlie Bartlett, starring the late Anton Yelchin, Robert Downey Jr., Hope Davis, Tyler Hilton, and Kat Dennings. If you haven't seen it, check it out now. Most of today's new releases are available on both DVD and Blu-ray, although in some cases manufacturers will release titles only in one format. Check your favorite online source for DVD and Blu-ray releases to find if your preferred format is available. Most major film titles are also usually available for streaming and download through multiple sites on the same day as DVD release. Check your favorite online streaming services to see if your favorite films are available to stream or download. For the lowdown on what's hitting U.S. theaters every weekend, check out 3 Minute Weekend, your complete guide to all the new theatrical releases, every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, available on this same feed through most podcast services or directly from our website at eCinemaOne.com. Please remember to check out PNR Network's premier weekly film podcast, Subject Cinema, with yours truly and my lovely co-host Kim Brown. Now in its second decade, it's full of reviews, news, commentary, and a whole lot of laughs. You can check it out every Sunday evening at eCinemaOne.com and SubjectCinema.com, or subscribe to your favorite podcast service, including iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, TuneIn.com, YouTube, and many others. Just search your favorite service for Subject Cinema. If you enjoy Tuesday Digidex each week, please consider joining our Patreon campaign. Your generous recurring monthly support will help give us a chance to upgrade our equipment and bring you more news, features, coverage, and shows, and make our current shows and websites get bigger and better. You support a show you like, we give you some cool perks in return, and you're not supporting just Tuesday Digidex, but all of the PNRNetworks family. Monthly donations start at just $2, and we really appreciate your patronage and support. So become a Patreon supporter. Click on the giant orange Patreon button on any PNRNetworks website, or go directly for all the scoop at patreon.com/PNRNetworks. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Tuesday Digidex. Please join me every Tuesday morning for all the DVD, Blu-ray, and on-demand releases in the U.S. And don't forget to subscribe so you're up to date on the latest releases as soon as the show goes up. You can subscribe through iTunes, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Stitcher, YouTube, and other popular podcast sites, and also through Roku. Find out how at the eCinemaOne website. I'll see you this Friday on 3 Minute Weekend, but for now, for Tuesday Digidex, I'm TC Kirkham. See you next week.
Welcome to the Really Awful Movies podcast, a celebration of low-budget cinema.
It is another apocalyptical prediction about to come true. Winds of death will sweep across the world, and whole continents will be cast adrift in an ocean of blood.
Chris, and along with Jeff, we're bringing you the very best and worst of horror, sci-fi, action, exploitation, kung fu, and women in prison movies from the 1970s to today. Be sure and check out reallyawfulmovies.com for reviews, interviews, lists, and terrific movie giveaways.
This podcast is a proud member of the Lamb Podcasting Network. Find the network at largeassmovieblogs.com.
Podcasting's choice. From coast to coast, continent to continent, right here 24/7.